Unfortunately, changing the @ on the Twitter account takes away the verification badge.
Did you not know that? All right, guys, welcome to the first episode of the Main Stage podcast, hosted by myself and Flix, my co-host for this episode. And this podcast will be available on Spotify, Apple Music, and if you're listening to this podcast on one of those two platforms, go ahead and check us out on YouTube. We would gladly appreciate that. And we highly encourage that you check out our first guest, JHBTeam, down in the description. His links will be down there if you are watching on the YouTube channel. That is part of the perks of watching it on YouTube. So like I said, today we have JHBTeam, former social media intern, former editor of The Mob, social media icon, and now full-time employee of one of the largest gaming organizations, along with entertainment and apparel companies in the world, 100Thieves. JHB has accumulated 197,000 followers on Twitter, 92,000 subs on YouTube, 59,000 followers on TikTok, and 18,000 on Instagram, which I'm not sure if he uses that hardly ever, but I don't think he does. And make sure to check all of his down below. They will all be linked in the description. So welcome to the podcast, JHB. How you doing?
Thank you. You killed that intro, by the way. Good job.
Thank you. I'm inspired by the young Nadeshot because they do such good ad reads at the start of the podcast. So if anybody wants to sponsor and have me ad read for them, make sure to check us out.
There you go.
That's where you got to do it, right?
Line, man.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, they had you do that on the podcast to start out, and you're just like, you look down at it, and you're like, oh, I need the script.
Yeah, they took the script away from me, and I didn't know what to say. And,
that was so funny.
We had to go in for another day. We had to go in and actually do the real shoot. We couldn't have it there at the moment.
Oh, really?
Because I messed up the ad read.
Oh, you guys had to shoot again?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But yeah.
So we've known each other on Twitter for a little bit now. It's been probably coming up on 2 years now that we've been kind of interacting. And do you remember the first time that we met?
TwitchCon?
We didn't actually meet at TwitchCon. We'll talk later about that. And
okay.
I was like, I didn't know who you were at the time at TwitchCon, which was kind of awkward at the time. But the way we actually met was when you were recording one of those YouTube videos for your Omegle videos. And you came across me at the time. And I think that was before Flix and I both were in a Discord call, and we were on Omegle at a separate time. But I remember because that was like the second episode. I think it was recorded in December or something. And then I come on the podcast or on Omegle, and I said hey, Fortnite Focus fans. And then you're just like,
oh, Fortnite Focus fans, that's what it is.
Yeah, you remember that?
That's like a memory I forgot existed, and it's like, oh my god.
Right? Wow. Yeah, so part of that, hey, Fortnite Focus fans stuff, I'll just explain it real quickly. Somebody in a Fortnite lobby, he told me that I could do that intro pretty well because they thought I sounded like that. And at the time I had a really shitty mic. It was before I got my quadcast. And then they're like, oh my god, that's really good. I'm like, this guy's definitely BSing. There's no way. So then I tested it on Omegle, and I started recording some Omegle stuff, and it turns out people loved it. So I just started doing a couple of it. So I thought you'd give a reaction, but you definitely you were doing your own thing there. You were just not saying anything to anybody.
Yeah, that was your thing, bro. You just would just.
It was just staring. That was what everyone thought was funny. No, but to be honest, the whole Fortnite focus, those types of channels, like Fortnite Funny, all that stuff, that was an ongoing joke between me and all my friends.
Really?
It was just the word Fortnite and then a random word after it. We just thought it was hilarious because
I think I remember you talking about that at some point in time, or on Twitter or something. I really do remember that.
Yeah, me and Chase Lyons would just send each other Fortnite YouTube channel profile photos.
Oh yeah, I do.
That was how we would talk to each other.
I definitely remember that now.
The amount of people this kid is convinced that he's the real Fortnite Focus is crazy.
I could only imagine. That voice is spot on.
It is, yeah. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
So
yeah.
So we talked about that, and so let's go back on the topic of the TwitchCon thing. So going to TwitchCon, I was with one of my friends named Chris, and I randomly I booked an Airbnb with people I had no idea who they were prior to that. I barely engaged with them on social media, and like I just needed a house to stay at. Like I was there,
Yeah.
I was there to network, I was there to have fun, meet my favorite creators, you know, whatever. And I didn't really care who I stayed with. So, he was a big fan of the mob at the time, and so I was like, okay, we got to make it like a priority to like you know, get a picture with some of them, right?
Yeah.
So, so I didn't know who the editor of the mob was, and I didn't even know like at all. So I got if you guys have seen me and JHB interact on Twitter, you know, like 9 times out of the 10, it's been because of my picture with Corinna Koff and him photobombing it in the background. And that is like one of the most funny pictures that I've ever seen, right? So I got like we were like debating on whether or not we were gonna try and get a pic with Mia Malkova, because she was at the Raj Patel, which is now the Austin show. We was at the in a booth with her, and I think that was just one of the panels or whatever. And then I saw Corinna come walking by, and then my friend Chris goes, "Oh shit, that's Corinna," and I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Let's go get a picture with her." So he didn't end up getting a picture with her, but I was like, "Yo, Corinna, can I grab a quick picture real quick?" And I don't know the timing of this, or did you see Corinna or no?
No, I didn't even know Corinna was there until a year later when you posted that photo.
That's crazy, because like,
It's literally like you were looking at the camera, bro.
I know.
That's why it's the most perfect photo. Like, it looks like I'm genuinely mad at you that you took my place for
Right.
the Corinna photo.
And then I saw the tweet. It was like, it should have been me, not you. It was so funny.
Every time I posted that tweet, it's done so well.
I know, and I'm
it's
like
awesome.
surprised, because I'm like, that's literally me. And I'm like, and people have like photoshopped their face like in that photo. And I was like, to one of my friends, he photoshopped like a bunch of Xboxes and had them like around his like arm, and he had like 6 Xboxes, and it's like a meme in the Call of Duty community. If you have more than one Xbox, like it's called like 2-boxing. I don't know. You've been in the COD community for a while,
I've heard
right?
the word 2-boxing. Yeah.
Yeah. So like whatever, they have people set up on the other team when they're trick shotting or whatever. But
God,
anyways, so he had that photo, and he actually had T-shirts made, or he like had designs made of T-shirts, and he's like, "Should I sell these?" And I'm like, "You better give me a cut of that. Like that's literally me." But
Wait, of the picture with Corinna?
Yeah.
He was selling them?
yeah,
Oh,
he
you
was.
have it?
Yeah, I think I have it.
Oh. My camera's unplugged.
Oh, we gotta plug that back in. But yeah, I'll have to see if I can get it for you. I'll send it for you. It's so funny.
Yeah. I remember I met Mia Malkova.
Did you?
She was a lot of fun. She was actually really cool. I hover-handed her.
Oh,
and
yeah?
The person taking the photo of me hover-handing started laughing, and Mia started panicking like I was doing something.
Oh my god,
Like-
really? Like the
Like
two
no,
fingers, like the
well,
bunny
yeah,
ears
I was
kind of
doing
thing.
I was doing the hover hand. Mia saw that the camera guy was laughing. It was like, "Wait, what did you do? What did you do?" And I'm like, "I hover-handed you," and she had no idea what that even meant.
Oh my
So-
god, I feel like you kind of invented that a little bit in the Twitter meme space.
I feel like I did, but at the same time, no. Only like I've seen someone do it with Pokey before I ever did it, like at
Really?
TwitchCon with anyone. So, but I like to think that in the gaming community, kind of like, I'm happy that my personality is being that one person who could get away with doing something like this.
100%. Like there's so many like awkward moments that like people would get roasted so hard for, but because it's you, like they just feel like whatever, we'll let it slide this time.
Yeah, that's
You
why
get a
when I'm
pass.
yeah, like when I'm talking or on camera and I'm stuttering stuff like that, it doesn't bother me anymore because like I know people are gonna be used to that, which is
Yeah.
why it's awesome.
For sure. I'm sure you've definitely gotten way better on camera. I know you spoke about that on the Courage and Nadeshot show podcast, but
Yeah.
like with your personal show on like the TBH with JHB, that show's been doing really well, and I think it'd be really cool to get Ariana Grande on the podcast or on
It
your
would be
show.
cool. It would be cool, but
Yeah.
oh god, it's so tough. Like when you think about future guests, it's just like I want this person, but then like what are the chances? And
It's
then
like, what do you got to do to make it
happen?
happen?
Yeah, I mean, and that's how I felt with like Valkyrie, and I got her on the show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like at this point, it's just like I don't know if it could happen, but there's a good chance it could happen. At least that's how I feel.
100%. And since Courage, like, I mean, I think it's kind of crazy that like Courage and her like met up, and like he didn't end up getting a date with her though, right?
No, no, not that I know of.
It's probably about like the same amount of chance of her coming on your show as him getting a date with her, probably, right?
Totally. Yeah. As sadly as it is. Yeah.
It's all right. You have plenty of time for that one. So
I hope.
recently, you had a little mishap or a planned mishap with the 100 Thieves Twitter. And
Yes.
so explain like what your plan behind that was, or was it planned? Let's start off with that.
I mean, I've been wanting to take over the Twitter account for 100 Thieves for about ever since I started. I'd say like 1.5 years. Like, you know that, so you're telling me a cash that made this compound tweet. I've been wanting to tweet that since the day I got like employed, but I was always told no, you can't tweet that, and then I don't know, I got away with it. By the way, fun fact: Jack Dorsey, the guy who made Twitter, liked that tweet.
No way. That's
So
a W.
that boosted my ego a bit.
Oh
That's
my
a
lord.
flex.
Because you were going off on that Twitter for a while. Like,
Yeah.
that was one of the first tweets you made, right?
Yeah, I tweeted hi at Nadeshot and then like a bunch of meme jokes about like I tweeted the word Valkyrie and it
Yep.
got 45,000 likes. It was just a blast of just like taking over the account, doing whatever I want. Like especially since 900,000 plus people were following it. It's great.
Dude, it's awesome. Like, that's
What
crazy.
about
Like,
the verification part?
Yeah. Unfortunately, changing the @ on the Twitter account takes away the verification badge.
did you not know that?
I am not obligated to say.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But I think you know what that means.
So you definitely planned to grow.
I planned on us hitting 1 million, and I knew losing the verification thing was gonna be a big thing.
Right.
And I mean,
But you didn't think it would cause you to lose your job or anything, right?
obviously not.
No.
I mean,
But
like,
you didn't
we
even
hit
have a
1
job at that point. You were still an intern. You weren't a full-time employee at that time, right?
I mean,
It was in the talks.
I mean,
It just wasn't announced.
It
Right.
wasn't announced.
Right. Because we all know that it takes time for social media to develop, like,
Especially with the growth of TBH and all that stuff. I don't think I would have still been an intern after like almost a season.
oh yeah, for sure.
No, I don't know. Like that entire thing that we did, it was while I was in Texas with a bunch of friends. So, I mean, a big thing for all, like, you know, on the fly guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all just sat around just trying to think what would be some funny tweets that we could send. And I mean, it worked out because the mob community making dumb tweets, and that's how we like grow and network ourselves. It was great.
So Classy was in the community for a long time. I remember it was way back when Rice Gum was streaming on MLG. This was way back when, like during Advanced Warfare times. Like that was a long time ago. But I always remember when he was younger, he looked like FaZe Rug.
I mean, to be fair, he still does.
He still does. A little bit less with
completely
the mustache or goatee what he's got now, but
yeah.
like way back when, like I remember seeing tweets of FaZe or like him with pictures of FaZe, like and I remember he still had a decent following on Twitter compared to like most of the people in the COD community. And so he was one of the first ones to kind of blow up out of the four of them?
I mean, to be fair, so the group, the mob, was originally a Twitch mob full of people that were like a smaller community that were fans of bigger streamers like Tim the Tatman and Nadeshot.
Oh yeah, yep.
So like, are you familiar with Ace Thug?
Ace Slug? No.
Ace Thug.
Oh no, I'm not.
He was in that community. He was kind of like one of the main, I guess you could say, leaders of it. But like him, Frosty, a few others, like just a bunch of people with like a 2,000 follower Twitter account called Twitch Mob that was just a community of people that loved these streamers. And then Frosty started a stream and kind of gained his following along with Avalanche, who did the same thing in that community. And the two of them, Avalanche and Mako, knew each other for like a few years before that. So Mako kind of joined that community because of them. And then I think it was Classy that then joined in to later form the group The Mob. I'd say like the three of them kind of came up, and then Classy also like found them and then joined in that group also.
So he maybe I just didn't hear of the rest of them, but I could have sworn he always had like a decent Twitter following compared to all of them.
Yeah, he had a decent Twitter following. Like I don't know how many followers he had, but he had his own community, and then
Oh, yeah.
also like merged into the mob community, and that's when they all started to grow right after that.
That
Like
makes
even though
sense.
he was already kind of grown, he managed to merge that community into the mob community and also go up there.
Yeah, I think I remember watching. You know, I was on my way home from Pennsylvania visiting my girlfriend, who says hi, by the way.
Hi, girlfriend.
So she ended up going, she went to a school in Pennsylvania, so it was like a 6.5 hour drive from Michigan, and
Okay.
we're doing long distance still. And I was on my way, and I always listen to like Courage and Nadeshot show podcasts and Mom's Basement podcasts on the way because they're
Yeah.
such a good way to pass time. And
No, totally.
I listened to the mob episode because for some reason I like never got around to listening to it since it was so early on the Courage and Nadeshot show podcast. And I
Yeah.
remember they explained how they were like harassing Courage when he was at Caster into playing a song, and then they ended up playing a song or whatever, and that's like when Courage kind of had his blow up on Twitter because they kind of
Yeah.
helped him grow on Twitter. It's kind of crazy to think about.
It's great. No, like the thing about them is it's so cool how even though they didn't start off as creators, they grew into it not knowing that they could. Like it's just like people on Twitter trying to be like meme account funny basically.
Right.
And I mean, the fact that it helped them get into one of the biggest gaming organizations is like one of the craziest things like I could even imagine.
I know, it's insane. And now like you coming from being their editor and you
Right.
joining and making your way through the scene with your connections and being the funny individual that you are is just crazy to think about too.
Thank you. Yeah, it's something I would have never even imagined even happening. I like I remember meeting them for the first time, the mob guys. It was like one of the most nerve-wracking things, like, because I mean, I looked up to them, I still do, but like, I don't know, like meeting them was such a crazy thing, especially like meeting people online from Twitter that like I use every day. It's a great feeling. So
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just awesome.
Same with meeting like all the on the fly guys and like
Mm-hmm.
and like Graham and all of them.
Yeah.
That was so cool. I was watching one of those streams and I was in there and like you guys were like all chilling on the couch. There was like 9 of you and you guys were just
Yeah, we did a you laugh you lose, and I lost.
Oh, that's
every
what it
time.
was?
Yeah.
Maybe I joined after when you guys were just lounging and chilling and just laughing or whatever.
Actually, there were two separate streams, but I get what you mean.
I think it was the late
You
night stream.
lost?
I lost like you laugh you lose. Yes.
You
How?
were like, yeah, what?
Like you're the most
like
straight-faced
least-
person. Like after seeing
That's
those
what I'm
Omegle
saying.
videos,
No, it depends because like if it's people trying to be stupid, then I won't laugh. But if it's like some meme that will just like I don't expect, I'll laugh. Like I don't know.
that makes sense.
Trust me, I was surprised I would even get out, but I did.
Yeah, I think I think I would be one of the last ones surviving because like I don't know. I've always been like that person in school that people are like, yo, like I bet 100% you'll laugh at this, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna laugh. I'm gonna try not to laugh for this, and like
Yeah.
I'm like that wasn't even funny, remotely funny. Try another video.
Thing about that was it was all of us just trying to make each other laugh to get out.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
Another thing. Like
Yeah, they were
Grandma
competing.
has the worst laugh because it sounds like a goat and a seagull mixed together. So like, that's how I got out also. So
Oh my
Yeah,
lord.
you see that TikTok videos of people like you just make random noises with your
Mhm.
like mouth. Yeah, those are fun.
like the pool filter, and then people make pool filter noises. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's a good time.
it's hilarious.
So now that you're a full-time employee at 100 Thieves, are you working at the compound?
We all work from home, but we're hoping eventually in the future when COVID starts to line up again that we can go back to the compound, all that stuff.
Gotcha. So
think-
go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say we're still wearing masks, all that stuff, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. I think, yeah, because California released their mandate again, right?
yeah, we were good for like a few weeks, I think, and then they were like, "Nah, you got to put them back on." And we're like, "Okay."
Gotcha. So what's it like? What are your day-to-day tasks as an employee?
I mean, what I've been doing lately is the intern applications. So just been going over that with a few of the other social media people at 100T, as well as I'm also editing Austin's TikToks. Yeah, Austin shows. I'm doing that along with like we're hoping to get more TikTok people to work along the side with us and kind of curate what goes out, what doesn't go out, stuff like that.
That's
I
cool.
don't know. We're just doing the social stuff mainly. At least that's what I'm doing. And then I'm also doing like TBH, filming, content as video, all that stuff. So it's a mix of just everything, kind of.
That's awesome. So like, what are your hours? I always wondered, like, for somebody that works in like this space of the gaming realm, like, what are your hours?
I mean, my hours are, it can be anything. Like, as long as I'm working 4 to 8 hours a day, that's completely fine. It doesn't matter when. But we always have like meetings in the morning or throughout the day, so you never know when it happens. So you just got to be ready.
It's kind of cool. So are they? I wouldn't imagine that. Even though you're in a gaming organization, I couldn't see a meeting going on in Discord. Does it?
No, it happens in Google meetings.
Oh, okay, cool. That's like, because you guys are a legitimate company, so like for you guys to use those apps that have business features, it makes it a lot more sense, you know. So
yeah, I mean, we use like Slack, if you know what that is.
Yeah,
for our
yeah,
business
yeah.
Stuff. Yeah,
it's like Discord
that's what
but for
we
business. That's what I use
And
for like my college stuff that I used. Like when I was in college, we used, since I'm in the cybersecurity business.
Okay.
That is like the first thing that I got introduced to.
So yeah, we do that, and then I don't know. We use Discord if we're just playing games together. Like that's our excuse.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's great. Like all the people that work there are awesome and super cool. So it's a great experience.
So you've also been to a couple of parties while being in 100 Thieves. So
Yeah.
and those are mostly in LA. So this is kind of a two-part question, but like who is the person that you were most excited to meet out of any of these parties that you've been to?
I'm trying to think. The first ever party I went to, I mean, it was back in TwitchCon, but like I was 17 years old and didn't really know a lot of people besides the mob.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just cut to 19 or 18. When the 100 Thieves compound was created, that's when they had their first party, and I got to go there. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I may have. Yeah, I know I met a lot of people there for the first time. I met John Robinson for the first time there. I met a lot of the employees there.
That's dope.
Oh, you're only 19, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got hired when I was 17, I think.
That's awesome.
Which is weird to think about now that I think about it, but yeah.
It's kind of crazy how long it's been, because it really doesn't seem that long, but when you put into perspective, this pandemic made this year literally fly by. 2020
Right.
like didn't even exist on like anything in my book.
I remember, yeah, because we had to close the compound in the middle of March. So I remember finding out that we couldn't go there anymore. Since I was still in high school, I would only have to go to the compound every Friday.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I remember finding out when the compound was closed. That like bummed me out a lot because I couldn't see like the people that I worked with, and we started doing more like filming of the staff. Like we started making more like at like the office type content, like including our employees, all that stuff. But then the compound got closed, all that stuff. It sucks, but I don't know. It's definitely weird how it's been like a year and a half already.
Yeah, and I feel like you could have experienced a lot more had this pandemic not happened, and I feel like your connections maybe could have been even larger by now. Like some of the creators you could have met up with it, like some of these events in the events, since TwitchCon didn't happen last year. I feel like instead of meeting Pokimane this year, I felt like you could have even met her last year, kind of thing. You haven't met her prior to that party, right?
I've never met her. I've never met her at all.
Wait.
She did not go to any 100T party that I know of, at least. Well, no, ones that like I wasn't at.
Oh yeah, you told me that. I remember you sent me a picture of you in your tie, and you were like crossed in your chair or whatever before you posted it to your main, and you said that Pokey might come, and then she never showed up, right?
Yeah, I was hoping she would be there, and I can get my like Twitter photo with her, and then she never showed up.
Yeah, I feel like when you go to meet some of these people, you're like, oh, this is literally gonna do numbers on Twitter. That's how I felt at TwitchCon when I was taking pictures with Clicks and like all these other people. Like they're huge in the Fortnite space, and like that gets like a ton of impressions. But like, it's hard to find the right time to post them, because you don't want to post it like 2 months later after going to TwitchCon, but at the same time, kind of got to weigh out your options. Like, you meet all these like clouded people, and you got to figure out when you should post it. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing. I started planning out like all of my posts on my timeline now, so I don't want to tweet out like 6 different photos of every person I met. So I'll just like pick out like, okay, yeah, I want to choose these 4 people, and I sadly have to not include these 2, but I'll post them on Instagram. But like Twitter's still cool to have them on.
yeah, for sure. But like that's your main like source of like. I mean, honestly, I think Twitter is like the most influential media platform out of all of them for like the gaming community, I would say, or the entertainment scene.
Yeah, like as much as it's like toxic and all that stuff, it's definitely good for networking and all that stuff and meeting a lot of people. At least that's how I met. I met all the 100T employees like before I got hired, before I even went to the compound, because of Twitter and like the mob tweeting at them, talking with them. I don't know. And then getting to meet them was just a great experience.
Yeah, 100%. It's like I thought that meeting people from the gaming community, or like in your case, your employees, your future employees, it seems like it would be like this awkward, like this big deal, and like yeah, you could think that, but when you go to TwitchCon, like all these people are like the same people, and it's crazy. So when you first met, this is something that like I've been thinking for a while. Like when you met Classy and them in person. Did you call them Classy, Mako, Avalanche, and Frosty, or did you call them by their real names?
I actually still call them by their Twitter names, except Avalanche. I've started calling him like Brandon now,
right?
Since he's kind of like not much on Twitter anymore,
right? And Mako's name is like Joseph, right?
Yeah, it's Joseph, but I don't know. Mako's cooler, so
yeah, Mako's so much cooler.
Yeah, I'll still call him. Yeah, like I think Frosty just prefers to be called Frosty. Classy doesn't really matter. You can call him Classy, Jan, whatever. I call him Classy just because that's how I've known him. But yeah, Avalanche I just refer to as like Brandon now.
What about when you talk to Nadeshot? Do you call him Matt or do you call him Nadeshot?
I actually have gotten to the point where I can call him Matt now, and like without even realizing that I say Matt,
Like I'm trying to think of how. Oh, actually, I probably shouldn't speak on that. But anyways, so so you don't live in LA, right? Or you do?
I do, but like I'm still living at home.
Okay, so you live at home, but you also have a spot where you live in LA as well.
No, I live in LA, but like 40 minutes away from the compound.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
you live in
I didn't even know you lived on the West Coast like your whole life. I thought.
Yeah, I live in South LA. And
okay.
Yeah, the compound is like kind of West LA area, so it's like a 40-minute drive to get up there. But yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So how far is San Diego from there? Like an hour and a half?
It's like 2 hours.
2 hours.
From where I am.
Gotcha. Yeah. So when you went to TwitchCon, did you still take a plane?
No, my dad drove me all the way down.
Oh, gotcha. That's fun.
Do you have your license?
Nope, I'm 19 and don't have a license.
What? Oh my god.
I don't know. It's because like I want to have a license, but like driving in LA, just I hate it.
Traffic probably sucks, huh?
Yeah, and like it's just too much happening at once. Where like I don't want to get my license, but at the same time I know I need to get it, so I will one of these times, and I just don't have it.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago. It's bad here too.
Yeah.
Whole hassle.
I'll get it one day, but like I don't know when.
Like I just feel like that's like such a West Coast thing to not get your license at a young age. Like right when I got my license, or right when I passed my driver's test, you're allowed to start driver's training at 14 in 9 months, and then you have to take segment 2 after you accumulate like a number of hours from segment 1 or whatever with driving with a parent, and then after that. Like literally right after I passed segment 2, I got my road test, and on my 16th birthday I had my license. And like I just feel like everybody in my area like had their license at 16. Like in my grade, junior year of high school, we had 2 lots. We had a far lot by our football field, and then we had our a lot by the softball field, right? And then senior year of high school, there was 1 senior lot for like all the students that drove.
Yeah, I know schools that have like senior lots and junior lots. I don't know. Like most of my friends at my school, like some don't even have a license still.
Really?
Like me. Some have just gotten it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, it's just so weird to think about but I guess since you guys have more developed cities in your area, and like definitely the traffic is part of it, like you said, and then on top of that, like it's probably just I don't know, it's probably more efficient to either bike or take an Uber somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I Uber everywhere because I'm on the 100T card, so I can get away with it.
Oh shit, okay.
But that's kind of like my other excuse why I don't have a license.
Yeah,
Like,
because my friend used to, like, my friend lives in Santa Maria in Cali, and which, by the way, I'm going to Rolling Loud LA, so I'll be in LA.
Oh,
Maybe
when
we
is
can
Rolling Loud LA?
it is, I think it's like the second week in December. I think it's
Okay. Also, sorry, I got excited. Have you ever heard of the show Entourage?
I haven't. Have you, Flex?
It's a show on HBO, but I tweeted at one of the actors before this just saying, "Hey, you're my favorite character," and then they literally just replied back and followed me.
That's awesome. I swear.
I got excited.
So why aren't you verified yet?
Because 100T likes to clown me for not getting verified, so I'm not verified yet.
Really? That's all it is? Twitter gaming literally memes it too. Like, that's, like, I feel like that's hindering you from like getting a lot of these like big time followers. Like, I'm sure, like, if you're not already followed by Gary V, I'm sure, like, once like you tweet at Gary V or something like that.
I think I am followed by Gary.
Are you?
I don't know, but it sounds really familiar where I think I am.
Yeah, so like one of my friends, he's in Luminosity. He got like verified like in the last year or so, before all the like Formula, Knicks, all of them got verified. And it was crazy. I don't even understand how he got verified that fast, because I don't know, maybe he just got his form submitted earlier, but he like instantly, like when he got followed by FaZe Rug and like a couple other people, and I'm like, that's massive, like that's huge. And it's literally just from being verified. Like, I swear.
Man, I don't know. Like, the thing about me is I'm cool. Well, I'm not cool, but like without the verification thing, I don't know. It feels kind of cool, because what I like to like have my personality about online is I like to, I guess you could say, like, what is the word I'm trying to think of? I like to be like I'm a viewer. Like, I look up to these creators. And I still feel that way. Like, when I do TBH, I still look up to that creator that I'm like having on the show. So I don't know, like having the check mark kind of feels different, because it feels like you're there with them. But like without the check mark, it still feels like you're one of the viewers also, which is why I like being relatable with the viewer also.
So it keeps you grounded a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe that's what 100T like wants to keep it as, for my sake. As much as I am like half and half about it, I totally get it. Cause like, that's kind of like the personality that I'm going with, and I'm completely fine with it.
For sure.
But, yeah.
But like,
correct me
go ahead.
if I'm wrong. Like, you need like the articles, right? Is that?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay.
I think I have some articles, like not anything crazy, but like I have Dexterdo, all these random ones. But,
yeah,
like,
Dexterdo is a fairly big article, and I'm sure you like. Are you on the 100Thieves website? Like, as a employee?
No, I didn't know they had their employees and creators listed, to be honest.
Well, if they did, then I'm sure is everybody in 100Thieves besides you verified, or is there still some, well, I mean, not the employees, but like the big creators are, and everything.
Maybe? I actually don't know.
It's something to think about, though, because like if they had all their creators listed on that website, and being like the connections that Nadeshot probably has, like I'm sure he definitely has the connections.
No,
like, that's how he got the mob verified, right?
Yeah, no, like I'm friends with the people at Twitter.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's mainly like a joke between us of just like, it's funny that he's not verified. Like, that's what Twitter would tell me, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, that's exactly what I am. I don't know. Like, it could either happen one day or probably won't. Who knows? But I don't know. As long as I have the connections, all that stuff, I'm completely fine, to be honest. I'm just gonna attempt to keep growing and growing all that stuff, and who knows what will happen.
That's all you can do, honestly.
Exactly.
And honestly, and I know it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like way too in the future to think like hopefully you'd have verification before your 21st birthday, but like that'd be such a surreal like 21st birthday because like
Oh my god, yeah.
now you're like officially like able to drink. Now you're like a grown up, you know, like you can like release that grounding a little bit that you're like holding yourself to right now, and Twitter's apparently holding yourself to. But
That would, what a gift. Yeah, if that
Right?
would happen, that would be awesome.
it'd be crazy. So speaking of being like officially legal and whatnot, so do you think that you'd be able to win Nicolo over?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but for the meantime, I do not have an answer.
No.
I don't know, cause you know, she's like my sister.
Right, yes,
and
and
then
you're
I'm like her brother.
right?
So,
And
yeah.
and same with Jake Lucky, right? You guys, or he's like your dad, right?
Yeah, he's a father figure.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I've been a fan of Jake for a long time. He's like, even before, like, honestly, I think Flix has been following him for a long time because of his old CS:GO news videos, right?
Yeah, he used to run the CS channel.
I remember that. Yeah. Wow.
Because I had like before you started esports talk, I was like watching a video of his. I was like, why does this guy like sound and look so familiar? And then I was like, oh, he ran that. I don't remember what the channel was called, but he did something with the CS like drama and all that.
Right.
But yeah,
No, it's
that's
super
crazy.
awesome. It's super awesome how much like esports talk has taken off for him, especially with like the amount of followers he's gained on Twitter doing like the news stuff he does. That's awesome.
I'm so happy for him because like at the beginning, like he was maybe pulling like 8, 9, 10,000 views on like a normal video, and like I think like at the time of recording this, I think he's averaging like 30,000 a video now, which is insane to think about. Like he's almost like tripled his overall subs too on top of that, because I remember
That's insane.
it was like only a year ago that I think he hit 200,000 on YouTube. I remember he made a video on it, and I forgot what type of video he made, but he didn't have the esports rewind yet on his videos. And I'm like an avid watcher. I don't know how much you watch his videos, but I watch a lot of his videos relating to like, I'd say drama in the community more. Like the main YouTubers I watch are Keemstar, Coffeezilla, Esports Talk, and I mean a little bit of David Dobrik, but that's about it.
Yeah, I just heard of CoffeeZilla recently because of like all his recent videos. Really interesting.
Dude.
No, he's a talented editor. Like genuinely insane the stuff he's done.
I love his production quality. I literally think that the stuff related to K and everything with the allegations and everything, I think that all those series that him and some ordinary gamers put together, it should be on Netflix. I really think it should.
I genuinely believe that there are gonna be creators that like make the stuff like that, like, you know, those guys.
Yeah.
They're gonna do something good. Like, I don't know if it is with Netflix or any other brand. Like, I could definitely see them doing something like that with a huge brand.
It's literally like it's so crazy because I watched one of his videos and I finally figured out like how he got all of those like graphics behind him, like the $10 million studio that he proclaims in his videos. And there's actually, he's an NFT artist, the guy that makes his personal, I don't know if, I think he personalizes them and he hires them to make those. And he said he couldn't do his channel without like all the NFT artists or the graphics that he made for him.
That's insane.
Like,
Jeez.
Those artists are they're so underrated and they're so talented.
Right.
And I'm glad that the NFT space is kind of starting off. Are you into the NFT space at all?
Not much. If I'm being honest, I like to make a lot of NFT jokes just because I don't understand it. And
Same, bro.
It was literally
whole,
me.
like that whole screenshot thing of the AVI, like Aiden Ross's AVI, FaceBank, all that stuff. Like, I don't get it, but it's just something funny to like look at on Twitter because you're just kind of like, what is that?
Yeah. It's like a blob on my screen. Like, what am I looking at? It's like, oh, it's only a $630,000 picture.
Now I'm like, screenshots. Now I have it. Like,
yeah, I have your profile picture.
Bro.
Got you, bro.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Like, they're just pixels.
Right?
I don't know. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, who knows what's gonna happen in 1 or 2 years?
So, since you've been in LA, like you're in, or I'd say like since you've joined 100 Thieves, like what is your favorite memory from being in LA?
Like with 100T and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Or
I'd say
just-
related to the gaming or the gaming scene.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, we did have a foundations party recently.
That was cool.
When we all finally got to like not wear masks for a bit in LA. We had a party with like vaccinated guests, all that stuff. I don't know. It was great. Got to meet a lot of people that I haven't met before. Got to invite other people that like Ted Nivison, if you know him. I got to invite him to the party. He's a YouTuber friend of like Jay Schlatt and them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he came. It was great to see him. I saw apparently I walked past Bella porch, but I didn't know she was there, so that was fun.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Just like that one time when we got to all take our masks off and just like meet each other was definitely a great experience.
That's surreal because you get to see like the emotional aspect of meeting these people for the first time too. And
Right.
you met God, why why can't I not think of him? The one that blew up on Twitch for doing the subathon.
Ludwig?
Ludwig, yeah. You met Ludwig,
I
right?
got to meet Ludwig too. Yeah. Oh, actually that weekend. Yeah, I got to meet Ludwig. I got to meet Hassan, Miskiff. I saw Esfin, but I didn't like approach him because I don't think he knew me. Will Neff I met.
Oh
Just,
yeah.
like, I got to meet a lot of people that like I watch every day. It was great. And yeah.
I didn't know who
awesome.
that Will Neff guy was, and then I saw you on a podcast with him, like
Yeah.
for the 100T podcast, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's cool because like Hassan and Ludwig, all those guys are like helping him grow more, and it's amazing. Like he's gotten over like 4,000, 5,000 subs on Twitch now.
That's
Average,
awesome.
Like 2 or 3K. It's awesome.
It's just crazy how people can like make a career on a platform overnight. Like
No, totally.
Ludwig literally like he exploded, but like is he gonna maintain that amount of like viewership and subscribers? Probably not, but for the time, like the amount of money that he made off of that is gonna set him up
Yeah.
for like years, right? Like
Yeah, totally. Like that, he was the number one most sub streamer on Twitch with like probably 247,000.
he broke Ninja's record.
Yeah, and like we remember looking at Ninja's record.
Oh
when
my
that
God.
happened, and it was just mind blowing.
For subs, right? He
crazy.
didn't break the viewer record. Someone
No,
else
he
broke
didn't
the
break-
viewer record.
Ninja broke it with Drake and Fortnite, like 600,000. But then that one guy did a Spanish stream and got like,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that was-
Gref G.
yeah,
Yeah, that was crazy. I was watching that and I literally saw like 1.2 million people in there. I'm like, dude, what? Like that's like 1,200,000 people in the same space on a gaming stream. And I'm like, what is this? The Spanish community goes hard.
it had like I've never seen the Spanish community as much like. I've never seen the Spanish community that big until that one stream.
100%.
Like I would have never even imagined a stream getting 2 million views, but that like whole community just proved me wrong.
That was like literally like an eye opener for like how many people like of diversity that are like in the gaming space that we don't see a lot of on Twitter. Like for the most part, like most of the people that reply to our tweets, you probably don't look through like all of your comments in every tweet, but you probably
Right.
see maybe like one or two that are like in a different language or like
Mm-hmm.
if at all. I mean, unless they're like tagging their friends or quoting it or whatever, but
Right.
like it's like there's like a
it's-
whole new realm out there of people that we don't even know about.
Yeah, like before COVID, like the Minecraft community wasn't as big as like, you know, Dream and then Tommy and all those guys. Like the fact that their blow up was like during COVID, all that stuff with like Carl Jacobs, he wasn't even as popular, all that stuff. Now he's like one of the biggest creators out there. It's insane, like just how much can change within
He's
like,
so
a short
humble.
time.
He's a good
Yeah,
guy too.
totally. Great guy. Super great guy.
Have you met him?
Yeah, I had him on TBH. Actually,
Oh, that's
what's
right.
What's a funny thing? He didn't know he was filming my show that day, so I approached him like a few minutes before filming, like, "Are you ready?" And he's like, for what? I had to explain what we were doing, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do it.
That's so
He
funny.
gets a lot of hate.
Nah,
I've seen-
I feel bad. Like knowing him personally, like it sucks. Like I don't know.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks. But it's kind of crazy. Like, have you met Mr. Beast or no?
No, but he does follow me on Twitter, so at least he knows I exist.
That's cool. So like that's like another thing, right? Like it's one thing for someone to follow you on Twitter, but it's another thing. Like someone that used to follow me was Gordon Ramsay on Twitter.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was a big one for me. And he the way he followed me was like I tweeted at him with some food, like just like a really garbage recipe that I had made up or whatever, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
there's no way he replies to this or likes it, right? But he ended up seeing it, and then he followed me after, and he followed my friend also that's an LG, and then like I think I tweeted at him again with like an even worse one, and then he unfollowed me.
Oh my god. Out of the last 6 months, I think there was only 2 creators where like when they followed me, I like got out of my chair like this. One was Mr. Beast. I remember seeing that one and being like, holy, oh my god, wow, like I stood up. And the second one was Moist Critical, because Penguin Zio on YouTube.
Okay, yeah,
watch
yeah,
a
I
lot
know
of
who
his
that
videos.
is.
I watched a lot of his videos, and when I saw his follow, I was like, oh my god, wow.
Oh, that's who
What's
that
his name?
is.
Moist Critical.
He's the one that
Oh.
he's the one that exposed EDP, right?
Yeah, and he also looks like Jesus. kinda.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Nah, both of them are hilarious and great guys, so I was very
Yeah,
happy to get their follows.
He does like the reviews on like some products sometimes. Like
Yeah,
those.
reviews on
Yeah.
products, tier lists,
I've-
all that stuff. He's one of my favorite YouTubers.
So who else do you watch besides him?
I don't know. I mean, I've mainly been watching a lot of TV more instead of YouTube, to be honest.
Really?
But I don't know. Mainly, like I watch Jay Schlatt. I
Yeah,
think he's hilarious. I met him before. He's great.
that's cool.
I watched Ludwig. I don't know. Just a majority of people, I guess you could say.
It's like you never really like know like someone with like a lot of influence, like someone like you or like anybody else. Like you don't really know who they watch, you know? Like if they
Yeah.
do, right? Like obviously they have like their own agenda, but they also find time to enjoy time for themselves and leisure, right? So it's just kind of cool. And I think I'm probably gonna ask the future guests that question too, just because like I want to see like the wide variety of different videos that they watch.
I actually the one next guest you have, I'm actually curious on what they watch.
Right? That'd be
'Cause,
that'd be crazy. You guys don't know what guests we're bringing on, but just know that like it's big. It's big. He's like yeah, it's crazy. I don't even understand like number one, I don't even understand how they found me. Actually, I think I asked them for a follow on Twitter, so I do.
Yeah,
I
I mean, yeah, networking takes a bit, but you get there.
Right, for sure.
No, like to be fair, I watch anything. Like I watch a lot of Inside Edition just because they have the most weirdest news articles. Like,
Right.
basically whatever YouTube recommended sends me.
Yeah, it's so
And I'll
funny.
watch.
You should watch CoffeeZilla's videos on him like roasting these gurus that think that their $9.99 course is gonna change their life and like make them a millionaire, and he just absolutely rips into these guys, and his personality is
Yeah.
literally
He's
so
really
funny.
good, like he's really good at like with his evidence and all that stuff. He's really smart.
He looked really like he's very aware. That's what it is.
Right.
Like with
Right.
current topics and like current events and everything, which is why he's in the space that he is. Like cryptocurrency is one of the biggest names to exist, and for somebody to be as educated in that space is very important for a lot of people.
Right.
Did
So
you
we're
watch
gonna
season 2 Outer Banks?
I don't know what that is.
Outer Banks?
Well, no, I don't watch Outer Banks.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't
thought you were
watched
gonna
it
say you didn't
either.
know what it was. You haven't either?
No, I haven't watched it, but Kayla and I were gonna try and watch it. And I'm like, let's just keep watching Money Heist. Have you
That's
watched
where
Money
I
Heist,
trust.
JHB?
I have not. No.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I've been recommended to watch that one actually. That and Queen's Gambit, and
I've heard
yeah,
that was good too.
I mean, I've been watching shows like I watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, Breaking Bad, The Sopranos. That all those shows I finished. Right now I'm watching Entourage, and then I plan on watching Seinfeld after.
Oh, Seinfeld's gonna be fun for you. I haven't watched
Yeah.
that, but like it's classic, right?
Right. Yeah. And my parents like told me you would like Seinfeld a lot, and I'm like, I'll get to it. I don't know. Just a variety of different shows that I enjoy watching. I watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's one of my favorite ones.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So this is a question from Twitter. I tweeted out and I asked people to ask some questions that they want answered. And someone wants to know, how did you get into the esports scene?
I mean, to be fair, it was just like I really liked funny moment videos. Like I was a big Vanoss fan growing up.
Oh, I loved Vanoss.
I tried to find other friends that just made similar content that wanted to grow on YouTube also, because that's what I wanted to do. And when I started making videos like that, I made a Twitter, and like one of those people, I saw that they were fans of these bigger, like I was a FaZe House New York person growing up. So like with both of those connections and me wanting to make a Twitter, all that stuff, I followed those guys, and then I just started to meet other people like the Twitch mob community, and it just kind of happened from there, like just editing for the Twitch mob guys, and then eventually like getting here. It's really crazy.
That's cool. That's good stuff. So so I mean this might be a little bit different than it was before the pandemic, but what does the day in the life look like of JHB?
I wake up. Oh god. Well, actually, hold on. There's some days where the light from the sun actually is coming up as I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh my lord, yeah.
Like 6 a.m. when I'm going to bed, and then I'll get up a few hours later. I'll get up, I'll go into a meeting, and then depending on like how I feel, like if I'm really tired, I'll take a quick nap, or I'll just get to work. I'll do that. Yeah, I do my work throughout the day, and then I'll probably go get food at a cafe near me. Then I'll just chill. I spend a lot of the majority of my time in my room, just either doing Twitter stuff or just playing games. Yeah.
What games are you playing now? I remember we played CS once with Exotic, and
Yeah.
you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
But I don't think we played any other games. We should though, like Valorant.
totally.
We should play Valorant.
What rank are you in Valorant?
Actually, we could even like, I don't know like how much time you have after this. We could probably just like play a game of Valorant, just like because we were thinking about having like a separate channel with like additional content that we record with our guests if they are down for that. But
I hate to be that guy, but I was gonna head out after this.
oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I just like it was just up there if you wanted to. But
No, I'm totally down to play with you in the like future.
Yeah.
If it's Valorant or CS. But
you played Rocket League a little bit too.
yeah, I've been playing a lot of Rocket League. I play I'll play CS once in a while, like me and my friends doing 10-mans.
That's fun.
What else am I playing? I play Valorant. Yeah, Valorant, Rocket League, Counter Strike. Because I do a lot of surfing on Counter Strike.
Oh, I wish I could get better at surfing.
Yeah, that's just what I do to pass time.
What rank are you in Val?
Silver 2 or Silver 3. I'm not
Okay.
that good, but
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
I think Flix peaked Radiant actually way back
Wow.
in a couple
Beta.
acts ago.
That's
Right?
impressive.
Yep. It's all been downhill from there, though.
I
Yeah.
think one of
I'm
my
like,
one of my biggest Valorant accomplishments was like when Kaide joined 100T, we did in-houses for like 10 of our creators all in one game, and I actually like carried like almost every game. Like I was killing Dicey and Asuna. Or
Really, that's
Asuna,
awesome.
Whatever. Which I didn't even think was possible, but I was actually doing better than them, and they even thought there was someone on my account, which there wasn't.
That's a flex.
It was great, and then I
put it on the resume.
Exactly, and I've never played that good again.
I remember I saw a couple tweets. There's this you know who I'm talking about, but somebody replied and she's like a fan of your Valorant clips. She always replies on your personal. I forgot who it is. She whatever. Anyways, but she you posted a clip of you getting an ace with your knives as Jet.
Yeah, actually, was it Ara posting a selfie saying like, are there any Jet mains when she's in a Jet cosplay, and then I reply with like my Jet ace? Is that what it is?
Maybe that's her pinned tweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's
It's
definitely her
in the
then.
Jet cosplay.
Yeah,
and
I see her reply
replied
to your
with my
tweets.
Jet. Yeah.
So so I guess the last question that we have, or actually we have two more. So one of the last ones is, who is your biggest inspiration? Like celebrity, it could be celebrity or somebody that you just look up to in general.
I mean, to be fair, I'd say Nadeshot, just because like seeing what as he grew up, like working at McDonald's, all that stuff, and then what he's turned 100 Thieves into. I don't know. I look at him and I'm like, that's really like something inspiring to look at, because like you never really see that happen, and the fact that he did like McDonald's to being the CEO of a huge, like, I don't even know how much 100 Thieves is worth, but like that type of company is just insane.
Probably like 500 or 600 million.
Oh god, I don't even know myself. But
the Forbes evaluations I think last year were like,
I don't know, like 200 million plus. I know that at least.
Yeah, and I'm sure over COVID things have like ramped up from there, especially with the Valorant roster doing pretty well.
God.
Like, oh my god. But I was just wondering, because like I also like take a lot of inspiration from Nadeshot, because it's literally like insane, because like when I first saw that they got like series funding from like Drake, that blew my mind, because Drake is one of like the most hyped up rappers. Every time that he posts an album, like he does so good. Like it's insane, because he doesn't over publish music. You know, he publishes music at like the right time.
There's a photo of Kanye and Nadeshot standing in the compound. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
What, really?
Yeah, you can probably find it on Google, but like it's one of the coolest images I've ever seen. Like,
that's crazy.
And this dude Nadeshot meets literally any celebrity you could think of. It's
I know his
insane.
connections. Who's the talent manager that Scooter Braun. Scooter Braun.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm sure Scooter's hooked him up with like meeting some of those people. But like it's just crazy to think about that. Like Scooter works with Drake, Ari, right? Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
And like a bunch of
Justin
other people.
Bieber.
And Justin Bieber, of course. Yeah,
and like Justin Bieber, like I think he reps 100T hats like sometimes.
That's awesome.
Mind blowing.
That's unreal. And then the last question we got for you is, what's next for the future for you? Like, what you got anything planned? No. No
idea. The funny thing is, like, I don't have any plans. It just kind of happens. I mean, the only thing I can think of is like I have more TBH guests coming soon. I filmed 2 episodes yesterday, so I'm very happy about that.
Wow.
Yeah, there's just more of those coming.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got a lot of cool guests on the way that like I didn't even think I could even get, but
yeah, we're kind of in the same boat, you know. Like I kind of knew that I was gonna get you, but
yeah,
for the future, like my main goal, yeah, that's insane to me. Like, because obviously I'm gonna clickbait it. Obviously, people are gonna know like who this person is, but my main goal right now is to get a sponsor for the podcast, so that we can put that money back into branding and, you know, get some actual like decent production quality on this podcast, because in the future, I don't know. I don't know what this could turn into, but that's the beauty.
Turn into something big, like especially like with your next guest, and then like I don't know, just as time goes on, you'll realize that like these, like how I feel, these guests you could never imagine having just like happen.
Right?
And then
like based off of the size of Flix and I know I have like a broadened space of connections in this space, but like I flex that like I talk to you like all the time, because like I'm proud of that. Like I'm genuinely like, cause like I look up to you, I look up to obviously Nadeshot. Like it's just like, cause you could turn like nothing into something, and like you prove that in like such a short time, and it's like crazy to think about. And like yeah, like I hope we get to hang out in LA when I'm in LA at some point in time. That'd be dope.
Well, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and obviously we'll see each other at TwitchCon and finally meet, if like God forbid if it doesn't happen before then. But
yeah, and then maybe we can get a photo with Corinna if we both see her at the same time.
That'd be the iconic photo, honestly.
It would.
I'd make a T-shirt out of that.
Oh my god.
I'll just send you that though.
Tweet.
Wait, what's
100%. It would be a viral tweet. 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, this wraps up episode 1 of the Courage and Nadeshot. Oh, wait. Just kidding. This wraps up episode number 1 of the Main Stage podcast with my co-host Flix and our first guest, JHBTeam. I couldn't have found a better guest for the first podcast. But make sure to drop a like if you guys are watching on YouTube. And make sure you guys share this podcast around. If you guys have friends, family members that are interested in the gaming, entertainment, music, lifestyle, investment scene, make sure to share it with them. I want this podcast to do really well. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode of the Main Stage Podcast.
Awesome.